complexion. This is an in-depth tutorial on complexion and how to layer it right. Don't focus on the products, focus on the layering, the application, and technique. Let's get started. I always start with eye cream first. And by eye, I mean eyebrow and all around your eye. We want that area hydrated. Remember, there's skin underneath your brow hairs, so don't forget to hydrate it. Go in with your favorite moisturizer and let your moisturizer dry down before you apply anything else. Pro tip, I also apply eye cream to my lips because the skin around our lips is the same as the skin around our eyes. Before you apply your foundation, you want to make sure your tools are working for you. I love using a synthetic dual fiber brush. I prefer using foundation brushes that have dense, shorter bristles because I can paint on or build up. Since this is a shorter brush, you see how all the bristles are coated in your foundation? Now I go back and I build up any areas I want extra coverage on. Now you can skip this part if you want, but I always like to go in with a dry beauty blender and absorb any of the extra formula that didn't dry down. I think it makes a big difference. And I find that the beauty blender smooths out any brush lines I missed when blending. The foundation looks beautiful and it's a lot thinner. Now we can add more. I love applying concealer right here in a rectangle. And you can blend it out using your finger. I like doing this because I feel like the coverage doesn't get soaked up in any sponges or brushes. I can just pat, 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 and get the coverage I want. Now I've just applied concealer on my under eyes, and you see the difference? It doesn't match the top of my eye. And a little bit will go a long way. We're gonna skip blush, bronzer, and contour. We'll save that for another video. Let's get right into setting. Before we set our makeup, we're gonna check for any creasing around the eyes, just to make sure we don't set those creases in place. Go in with your favorite setting powder and a velour puff. Pick some of that product and work it into your puff. After you've worked that in, you can now apply your powder evenly. I like to do this all over the face. We finally set that complexion. If you're worried about glow, don't worry, we're gonna add that back in. A glowy luminous setting spray will do the job. We've set our entire face using powder. Now we're gonna go in with a finishing powder. It can help perfect, or in some cases, even brighten. Now all these tips are great, but only use what's gonna work for you and your routine. And don't forget to lock this in. We worked really hard. That's how I love to do my complexion. Flawless from far, still flawless up close, but still me both ways.